Today I'll be talking about my Shrike Striker, which is modeled after the Shrike from Lanier RC. The plane was originally a balsa wood model and was traced from the plans to make the major profile of the plane. A few modifications were made just to make the plane viable for my application, as well as the vent I just showed you. And on the bottom you'll see extensions to the ailerons, but are now elevons, no longer just ailerons. The original plane had ailerons and elevator, so I changed it to elevons to save on servos. On the bottom, the receiver is covered by foam just to protect it from grass and morning dew. And in the fuselage, 2 pins can be removed to remove the hatch. And when you remove the hatch, you'll see that the battery is in place, and a single pin holds the battery from moving forward and shifting the CG. Now, the CG was actually moved back because this plane is so nose heavy from the motor being in the front. So this pin was actually moved back quite a bit to accommodate for the large amount of weight in the front. That was a 3-cell 1350 milliamp hour battery, and the ESC just fits loosely in the front of the fuselage. And of course, that spoon duct helps keep that ESC nice and cool while in flight. So it's pretty simple to put everything back together. Of course, it's just 2 pins, and the fuselage will come back together real quick. So battery slides in, and of course that pin again just holds it in place so it doesn't shift the CG too much in flight, or not at all. So I have a little bit of difficulty right here, but I get the pins in, and I'll show you the rest of the plane. So one thing to note is the original plans did call for a symmetrical airfoil for the wing. I was unable to do this due to weight, so I did a KF airfoil, which is just beveled on the bottom of the main part of the wing, and then the sheet of foam that was glued on top. So I beveled it and made an airfoil simply doing that. And as you can see, all the control surfaces are hooked up just pretty simply easy. And this is, of course, is elevon configuration in your Spectrum radio, so it's just ailerons, and elevator mixed together. So pretty simple stuff. So now let's watch the maiden flights. Do mention that the extensions were not added, so it was lack of control that caused this landing. So it's hard to see due to the blurriness, but you can see that the shape does fly forward, but then goes down. This flight is after adding the extensions to the control surfaces, and this was the first successful flight. All in all, I thought this was a successful plane. I'd like to thank you guys for watching again, and if you have any comments or questions, make sure you leave them in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe so you can see my next build.